Hey there, real quick before we begin, you're about to watch a live stream, which means you're really kind of behind the scenes here because these lessons are usually watched in the archives, but you're here for the live taping of them. So if we mess up really bad, we're probably going to chop that out, but you're going to get to see all of our bloopers and mistakes. We'll also chop this off, so no one is going to see this part of the lesson but you. And because you're behind the scenes, you're probably going to ignore my instructions when I say, like, pause the video and go practice or whatever. You can if you want. It's just that everyone in the chat room then will be in different places in the video. That's fine. When you want to join us live again, go down to the bottom of the video, click on the live button, and that should take you straight to where we actually are now. So now here comes the part for everybody else. I'm really glad you're with us. The archives are fine, but my favorite is talking to you live. So see you in the chat room. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Clopple Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a Question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started.
Welcome back, everybody. My name is Jamin, and this is a long song. Well, first of all, this is Clapple, and he's going to be pushing us along today because it's a really long song, and it might take us a while to get through it. If this is your first song ever, welcome. This shouldn't be your first song ever. It's a really long song for your first song ever. So if you've never played a song before, don't try to get the whole thing today. Just try to get one little snippet of it and maybe go to another shorter song for your first song ever. But if it is your first song ever, you can definitely get part of it. I just don't want you to get started on it and then get like really overwhelmed and feel like, oh, maybe I'm just not good at piano. This is a really difficult song to do. So probably it's time for some good news and some bad news. So, the bad news is, like I said, it's really long. It's also kind of fast-ish. The good news is, I guess a lot of people want to learn it, so it's really popular. So when you can finally play this song, it's going to be really super awesome. There's also a little bit of repeating in it, but not enough that it would make it like a whole lot easier to play. So it's just a really difficult song, but you can learn the first few notes of it, no problem. Let's go ahead and jump in here. I'm going to go back to this close-up version. There we go. All right, so on the close-up version, we want to try starting with a C. If you've never played a song before, you don't know where a C is, but I can show you real quick. You just take any group of 2 black notes like those ones. Don't pick a group of 3. That's not going to work. So a group of 2 black notes, that one, any group of 2 black notes will work. And then you're just going to pick the white note that's just to the left of it, just a little bit lower than the group of 2 black notes. And that's going to be a C every single time. No matter what group of 2 black notes you pick, that note right there is always going to be a C. And that's your first note. And while you play that note, you're going to say out loud the word I. Try it. Find a C and then play it and say I. Ready, set, go. I. Cool. Try it one more time. Ready, go. I. Cool. You're already playing this song. So congratulations. We're winning. Let's do this. We could try to find out all the letters for all of the notes and stuff. And it's not that difficult because it follows the alphabet. So if you can go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, that's it. That's all you need for the piano because it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it starts back over again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But that was probably confusing for a lot of people who've never played before. So we're just going to find that C, and then we're going to skip, and then we're going to skip, and then we're going to skip. So don't play the next note, but the next one. And then not the next one, but the next one. Not the next. So play that C, and then skip over a note, and then skip over a note, and skip over a note. And when you have 4 notes, now you know all of the notes for I don't want So you're already making some really great progress on this song. And actually, this same phrase comes back a couple more times. So these notes are going to pay off. You don't have to hold them all out, by the way. You can just play I don't want And maybe that's all you practice. That's it. You leave the lesson right now and you practice that. I don't want because it's hard to do it smoothly. It usually goes like this. I don't. That's the way most people sound when they're first starting out. There's a lot of in between the notes. So I don't want that's the goal eventually, is you can play all of those notes. I don't want Now after that, we're not going to skip. So this is where things start to, the pace is going to pick up a little bit. We're going to play a C, but as you can tell, it's not the same as this C. If it was the same as this C right here, it would be all the way down here and we would see a C. So this one's going to keep going up and up and up and up and up. And on the piano, this direction is up. So when we go from C up and up and up and then up to a C, we're already using 2 different C's. That one to start the song, and then that one is the 5th note in the song. I don't want a lot. Okay, so that's maybe the thing that a lot of you should be practicing just that much. If you tried that along with the track, it would go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want a lot. Try that with the track with me. It would go like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want a lot. That's the beginning of it. That's really hard to do with the track, but that's what you're going for eventually. All right, we've got 2 pages worth of notes to get through, so I'm going to speed up the pace a little bit here so we can get through some of these and not get interrupted by Clapple too much today because he's going to want to move things along. So we've got that one right there, and then we're just going to come straight down, straight down, straight down. So after we hit that high C, we're going to come down to a B and then an A and then a G. And that's the entire first line. I don't want a lot for Christmas. That's the whole first line. Cool. Next line, line 2, is going to start on a D. It's a high D. You can tell after Mass, after that G, we're going to go way up. So we're going to go up to some note way up there. It's going to be a D that we're going up to. So we'd go all the way up to this one. This one's the note that's one over from C, because you already found out where C was. You already know that one's a C. So it's going to be the one right next to it. That's a D. And there is just one thing I need, is the entire second line. We're going to take some practice. There is just one thing I need. Now, a lot of people are going to just throw out all of the letter names and throw out all of the music that's here and then just rewind the video and then keep trying to play what I'm playing here. And if you're doing that, you're cheating. Way to go. That's the right thing. Whatever it takes to get these notes down and make it sound like the song. You can use the sheet music, you can use the letters, you can just copy what I'm doing, whatever. It's all playing music, so it's all fair. So, I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. Okay, that's 2 lines. Let's keep going. Don't care about the presents is going to be an A and then a C. Now, I wish there was a B right here, because then we could just go A straight through, and it'd go A, B, C, D, E. Unfortunately, it skips over the B, so we're going to play an A, not B, C, D, E. And then it's going to come straight back down. So, don't care about the presents. That's the entire third line. It's just going from A up to E, but skipping over the B. Don't care about the presents. This is maybe the trickiest line out of all of them. The fourth line, it's going to go like this. F to an A, but it's not an A. It's an A with a little, like a half of a heart on a string thing. And that half of a heart on a string thing is called a flat sign. And on a flat sign, you don't actually play the note that's listed. It says play an A. That's not quite true. It's going to be an A flat, the note that's slightly lower than A. So this note right here is A flat. Don't play A. Don't play A. Play the note that's slightly lower than A. A flat. F, A flat, C. Those are our first 3 notes. And then the, and now you probably know what to do with this one, because it says to play an E, but it's not really an E. It's an E flat. So you're going to play that one. Those are your notes. F, A flat, C, D, E flat. Yeah, so that's, the words are underneath the Chris. We're not done. We're still in the 4th line. Here we go. 3 notes left. Mass, B flat, tree, and then for the rest of the word tree, we're going to play an A flat. Let me play that whole line for you. That's going to take a lot of practice. Even if you've played lots of songs before, that's a tricky one. Underneath the Christmas tree. Let's try the first 4 lines with the track. Everyone can get this first little bit right in here, the first few notes. And then at some point, your gut is going to be like, wait, no, hang on. You're going too fast. I know. Just let me go, and then practice it up, and eventually it will sound like this. 2, and 1, 2, ready, go. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. Don't care about the here's the tricky one. Underneath the Christmas tree. Okay, now, here's where things get a little bit weird. Right here, these are the first 4 lines of the song, and you already learned those. The next 4 lines are the exact same notes. You can play the exact same notes, just go back up to the top and play all those notes for the next section. When Mariah Carey does this one, she's the one that you've probably heard sing this song a million times. She doesn't do the same exact notes. She does some other stuff with her voice. So what I gave you here was the other stuff with her voice. You don't have to play any of that. You can just go back to the top and then do all those notes again. Or if you really want to, if you've played a billion trillion songs and you're an advanced player and you wanted to play exactly what Mariah Carey is singing, then you could play these notes here. I'm going to go through them quickly because this is just for the advanced people who aren't going to copy the top notes. It's going to go like this. I don't need to hang my stocking there upon the fireplace. And then this is a really weird one. Santa Claus won't make me happy. And then this one's almost the same as what we had. It might be the exact same as the other fourth line. With a toy on Christmas Day. Okay, so unless you're an advanced player, we're gonna scratch out that line, and that line, and that line, and that line. And we're just gonna play what those first 4 lines are twice in a row, even though the words are different. All right, and then where we come back together is on these last 4 lines here. Stay with me, or don't. I don't know. Go practice the beginning of it if that's the part that's a challenge for you. You don't have to stay here. But here's what we're gonna do on this section. This is called sequencing. We've talked about that before. Enclosures and sequencing. It's kind of cool. We're gonna start on a C, but not the C that we started on at the beginning of the song. This one's gonna be the high C. Cool. And again, for a lot of you, you should not be watching this part of the video until you've practiced for a week or 2 or 3 or 4 or 20 on the first part of it. So if you can't play this yet, that's totally understandable. Here we go. From a C, we're going to go the high C and then up to D, and then skip over the C and play a B, and then come up. And then skip, and then come up, and then skip down to G sharp. By the way, sharp is the opposite of flat. Flat means slightly lower than. So this is a G. This would be a G flat, slightly lower than a G. This one right here is the opposite. It's slightly higher than a G. So that is what that hashtag is about. In music, we say sharp when we see a hashtag. So that's a G sharp right there. Okay, so then we have, I just want you for my own. So up, skip, up, skip, up, skip, up, skip, up, skip. That's the pattern. And then we do the exact same pattern for the next line. More than you could ever know. Right, last 2 lines. Make my wish. This is the weirdest part of the song to me. So when I play it, even though that other line is actually harder, this one is the one that trips me up the most. Make my wish. That's a G, A, C. We're going to skip all the way up to this G here. Really, really high. Come true. Make my wish come true. And then our last line, all I want for, it's the same notes we were playing before. Remember when we had that A, I wanted to play all of them, but we had to skip over the B. All those notes. All I want for, and then the last 5 notes of the whole entire song, Chris, Mass, A flat to D, is you, ooh. That's the whole entire thing. Even if you only know the first couple notes, try the first couple notes with me. I'm going to play through the parts that we scratched out, the parts that Mariah Carey actually sings. If you already know this because you're like an advanced player and you've already got some of these notes down, then you can go back and just play the first 4 lines again. But however you're working on this, whatever your version is, play that along with me. Get ready on that C. On your mark, get set. Here we go. 2 and a 1, 2. Ready, go. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. Don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I don't need to hang my stocking there upon the fireplace. Santa Claus won't make me happy with a toy on Christmas. Here we go. The sequence with the G sharp at the end, and then repeat it. Then you could last 2 lines. Jump up, and then last line. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I had a feeling, couple. We will move on. That's going to take everybody a whole lot of practice. It's a really fast song. It's a really long song. It's a really popular song. So maybe get started on it this week and then work on it next week and then next week. If you're watching in the archives, I don't know, maybe it's like June or July for you. So you got a lot of time before Christmas. But even if it's Christmas coming up soon for you, then you can still have this thing perfected by next Christmas if you don't get the whole thing down. So don't worry about the timing on it. Just do what you can and don't worry about the notes that you missed. But for right now, sit back, relax, and join us in the Kids Learn Piano Live Theater as one of our other students plays for you. This whole thing, this line right here is the exact same thing on all the levels. So that right there with the track would sound something like this. 3, 4, 5. And then we play through the whole song. Okay, now I told you there are this whole thing. This line right here is the exact same thing on all the levels. So that right there with the track would sound something like this. 3, 4, 5. And then we play through the whole song. Okay, now I told you there are Nice work, nice work. Make sure you send in your videos. You can either send them through the website or you can put them on the Flipgrid link. Either one of those. But for right now, let's do a little bit of mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
This week it's from Call who says, Dear Jamin, how do I get started on Clopple Academy? So, Clopple Academy is the thing where, like, you don't have to know anything. We teach you what all the letters are and teach you about quarter notes and whole notes and half notes. And all the sheet music and all the stuff that you would learn if you were taking like regular old lessons from someone. And then there's 12 levels to it. And each one takes about a year to complete. Some people do the earlier levels a little bit faster. So it's like almost 12 years worth of work. But by the time you're done, you'll be like, graduating high school or something. But you'll be ready to go into pretty much any music college, even like the highest music colleges, because the people that helped create the program are people who work in those music colleges. So it's pretty cool, it's pretty long, it's pretty tough, but at the very beginning, you don't have to know anything at all. And in order to get to that, you just want to go log in first. You have to log into the site, and then go to the Clopple Academy thing and then go down here to enroll, and it's free. And if you take a look at level 1, it'll say free, and you're like, cool, it's included. And you'll see level 2 and it'll say like $800. And you'll think, what? Level 2 is going to be $800. But it's not. Level 2 is free for everyone who's completed level 1. And level 3 is free for everyone. So as you go, each level will be free to you after you complete that level. But it'll look like it's really super expensive if you haven't completed any of the levels yet. So anyway, that is all of that stuff. Let me show you a couple of the composers, though, that you can get through Music Lessons in a Box, which is what you get to if you go here and go to, right here, Boxes. If you click on Boxes, then you can get the Music Lessons in a Box, and you'll get the composers each month. And this week I'm going to tell you about Louis Armstrong and Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was might be one of the most important composers ever to live. He was a classical composer, and he created the songs Ein kleine Nachtmusik, Rondo alla Turca, Turkish March, a bunch of ones you've heard of before. And then there's Louis Armstrong. And Louis Armstrong is personally my favorite musician of all time. And he's kind of responsible for everything that is jazz and rock. And everything's not classical. Kind of goes back to Louis Armstrong. So he's pretty awesome. And then there are other composers that you'll get in Music Lessons in a Box. But for right now, let's celebrate the birthdays of everybody else who is in Kids Learn Piano Live. Happy birthday indeed. In fact, I think I checked, and the Music Lessons in a Box composers for this week were King Joe Oliver, because he was one of them, because it is his birthday this month. Anyway, let's do our feature of the day. And today it's going to be a lick of the day. Let me go back to that other view that we had right here. I want to show you an ending that you can put on to pretty much any song, including this one, that's going to make your piano playing sound pretty awesome. This is called the Ellington ending, and it's going to go like this. Most of our songs end on a C. So I'm going to assume that the last note, like, all I want for Christmas is you. So this one ends on a C, as do most of our songs. After you end on that C, here's what you're going to do. You're going to jump all the way down to an E. That's skipping down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to go down 5 notes after you play this one. So you're going to play this one and then this one immediately. So that's the majority of the ending here, is that thing right there. That's what messes most people up. And then after that, this is pretty easy. You're just going to go up 1 note. You go up 1 note to a black note, and then up another note, and then all white notes until you get back to C. So the notes you're going to play is C, jump down to E, and then just crawl your way back up to C like that, including an F sharp right there. Those are all the notes. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Again, you can put this on almost any song. So if you play All I Want for Christmas is You. Cool. And it'll be great if you say, yeah, at the end of it too. Yeah. Cool. That's an ending that you can use on almost any of the songs and just sound really cool and awesome. And we've got a little bit more information about things on this song, but they're in something we call secret information.
Secret information.
And this week, in our top secret information folder, if you're a Music Lessons in a Box subscriber, you already got the secret information that this song uses something called the parallel minor. Parallel minor just means that if we're in the key of C, like we are for this song, and like we are for a lot of the songs, temporarily during part of the song, we switch to the key of not C major, but C minor, which uses an entirely different set of notes. So these notes right here, those notes are the C minor notes, and these ones are the C major notes. And this is called a parallel minor, where we're playing all in C major, but for just a second, we play in C minor. Any ideas where that might be in this song? Where do you think we slip into C minor? If you guessed all the places where we have the flats, you were right, because the flats that we have in C minor are E flat and B flat, E flat and A flat and B flat. And you'll notice that in this song, we have E flat and B flat and A flat. So that's the section where we're just temporarily in the parallel minor of C minor. Okay, number 2. Diminished chords are symmetrical. Now, this will only make sense if you're on level 2 or 3 or 4, I think, because that's when we're going to start to see the chord names on here. But when we get to this chord right here, ooh, that's a difficult one to see. G sharp, and then this D, I, M. That means G sharp diminished, and on G sharp diminished, it means we're going to start on a G, and then we're going to play this symmetrical pattern, which means we're just going to go up 3 half steps, and then 3 half steps, and 3 half steps, and 3 half steps, until we land on another one of these. So we'd go up 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and now we're back on a G sharp. So symmetrical chords are the chords where if you follow the pattern of the chord, you're going to end up on the same note that you started on. So G sharp diminished is a symmetrical chord. By the way, the other symmetrical chord that we would have besides diminished chords are augmented chords. We don't have any of those that I've written in to this song, so We won't talk about augmented chords yet. And the last thing in our top secret information folder is that this song uses several cycle moves. Now, if you're a Music Lessons in a Box subscriber, you go to the back of your binder, you'll notice there's a circle there and it says circle of fifths. If you're in Clavel Academy level 4 or higher, I believe you've run into the circle of fifths as well. And that just is where we're moving from every note to the note that is the 5 of. So from a C, we'll go up here. From a G, for example, G is the 5 of C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if this is 1, that'd be 5. So 5 to 1. Now that we go from a C and say, well, what is C is the 5 of? C is the 5 of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So C to F is a cycle move. G to C is a cycle move. C to F is a cycle move. There's 12 cycle moves, and a lot of them are in this song. That's all the secret information that we have for this week, except for who won the raffle. Maybe it was you. Way to go, congratulations. It is now finally time to move on to level 2.
Transitioning to level 2. This may be confusing to level 1 students, so please continue to practice the level 1 version, or visit learnpianolive.com/level2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
All right, so we're not going to spend too much time on this because we spent a lot of time working through the letters on level 1, and the letters on level 2 are the exact same as the letters on level 1. Now it looks way scarier because it's on the lines and spaces of the treble clef, and this is the treble clef right here. This sign right here is the treble clef sign, and we have all the lines and spaces and stuff. We've got these ledger lines down here. When we run out of lines, we just write our extra lines down here if we need another line that's lower than that. So we have some ledger lines, we have some eighth notes and stuff. What you really need to pay attention to are these swoopy lines. You can pretty much ignore the rest of it. The swoopy lines are letting you know that a lie is coming up. This right here, this note, this C is a lie. It doesn't really exist. It is tied to this note as one big C. So anytime you see one of those swoopy lines, and there's a lot of them in this song, those are called ties. So you're not going to play the notes that are tied together. There's another one right there. So this swoopy line right here means that that note is tied to the other note. So that's just one single A there. So if you go through and match up the letters in level 2 to the letters in level 1, you'll be like, wait, there's more notes in level 2, but there aren't really, as long as you're counting the ties. That's really all you got to worry about in order to read the notes for level 2. It's going to look way scarier. You also have all of the optional notes written up at the top. That's stuff you could throw in your left hand if you wanted to, but you absolutely don't have to, and more on that on learnpianolive.com/level2. But for right now, let's just try playing through this thing and see how far we can get. If you're on level 1, just play all the notes that you currently know how to play. Don't worry about the notes that you miss. Let's all go together. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. Don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I don't need to hang my stocking there upon the fireplace. Santa Claus won't make me happy with a toy on Christmas Day. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. My wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. Alrighty, that is all of the notes that we would have for level 2. And too slow. It's a long song, Clapple. Give me a break. So then, yeah, we could add in some left-hand stuff, but honestly, the level 4 stuff today isn't going to be nearly as difficult as level 4 frequently is, and we can go to level 3 and play the same thing as level 2. So I think I'm going to go with Clapple on this one. Let's move up to level 3.
Transitioning to level 3. This may be confusing to level 1 and 2 students. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level3 to understand how this level works.
Real quick, I want to throw this in first. There is a level 2B here because this thing is actually in the key of G, as indicated by that one sharp right there. We're in the key of G for this one. If you want to play along, not with the track that I gave you, but I'll play along with Mariah Carey. She's singing in the key of G, so then you would have to go to that version and play those notes along with it if you wanted to. But if you want to play along with the track and play along with everyone who's been practicing this song with us today, then we're back to the key of C, and on level 3, all we got to do is down here in the bass clef. These are all the lower notes, all the notes that are middle C and below. Those are all bass clef notes. So the treble clef is for all the higher notes, all the melody notes that we've been playing with our right hand, and then our left hand is you're going to play all the notes in the bass clef. And right here you can say C, that we would play a C right there, and we would line that up with the word I, because it's just lined up. Oops, here we go. Because it's just lined up right there with I. So then we'd play C on I Don't Want a Lot for Christmas. Now the good news here is nothing else really happens for a long time until Don't. And on Don't, we have this F that is lined up with with that rest. So we have I don't want a lot for Christmas. There's just one thing I need, F. Don't care about the presents, and then another F for underneath the Christmas tree. So that's kind of how level 3 works. And then if we try that with the right hand, what's difficult is what happens. But if you're on level 1 or level 2, just practice your version along with us. Everybody working on your own version, I'm going to show you what level 3 sounds like. On your mark, get set. 1, 2, and a 1, 2, ready, go. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. Don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I don't need to hang my stocking there upon the fireplace. Santa Claus won't make me happy. A toy on Christmas Day. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas. Yeah, all right. So we all need to practice. Really? Okay, one more time through. That's a tricky little passage there, especially when I'm trying to turn the page. Here we go. Everyone trying it one last time through. 1, 2, get all the notes that you can. Don't worry about the ones that you miss. Ready? Go. I don't want a lot for It's a lot of notes in the right hand. It's a lot of notes in the left hand. And we have level 4 coming up. So let's try it right now.
Transitioning to level 4. This may be unsettling to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level4 for an in-depth explanation on how to conquer this level.
So level 4 is actually going to look a lot like level 2 in this case, if you're doing the left-hand chords on level 2, because that's all I added in. There's so many chords and so many notes, and it's so long and so fast that I decided maybe not make this the most complicated left hand that we possibly could. So what I've written out is actually just the chords that are written above. So if you already are familiar with all of these chords up here, good news. What's down there is just that full chord. But it's a full chord. It's a lot to play, a lot to keep track of, especially when the track is going. So let me show you what that would sound like eventually. But I don't think there's anything that's like too weird or difficult about this one than just the difficulty of the song. Also, all these chords are listed on the next page. And as you can see, we have way more chords than usually. Usually have like 3, maybe 4 chords. But in this case, we've got a lot more. What is that? 10 chords? Yikes. 10 different chords in the song. So here we go. From the top, get all the notes that you can. If you're on level 1 still, cool. Don't move from level 1. Stay right there. Practice it up until you can play it smoothly. But get all the notes that you can. Don't worry about the ones that you miss. Level 4 eventually should sound like something like this. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. I forgot to mention this chord right here is a C over G. We didn't talk about this in level 2. Perhaps we should have. A C chord is that right there. That's not what's written there because this is a C chord where a G is the lowest note. So it should be that thing right there, which I was wanting to play up there. So make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. Okay, so that's a C over G. That's what that means right there. The actual chord is C, but the lowest note happening is a G. And yes, Clapple, we will move on to level 5 right now.
To level 5. This may be terrifying to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level or visit learnpianolive.com/level 5 for training on how to survive this level.
And don't forget, there is a level 4B as well. So if you want to play this in the key of G, level 4 is written out in the key of G for you right there. But we're going to move on to level 5, where we're going to jump into this guy right here. Now, normally we've been using the letters where we count C as like the most important note. So we would call that like 1, and we'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And then we would play this song, the right hand playing the yellow part and the left hand playing the purple part. This is all explained, of course, at learnpianolive.com/level 5. But we could play the left hand, the purple part, and there we go. So that would play a 1 in the left hand, and the right hand could play 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 7, 6, 5, 2, 1, 1, 7, 1, 7, 6, 5, and get through all of the song. It would sound like the melody. However, like I said before, she's not in the key of C, where C is 1. She's in the key of G, where G is 1, and the pattern looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So then what she's actually singing is 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 7, 6, 5, 2, 1, 1, 7, 1, 7, 6, 5, which is the exact same numbers, but in the key of G. So if you want to play in the key of G, then you can follow that pattern right there and play this on level 5. But everyone else has been playing in the key of C, so we're going to go back to there where that is number 1. On your own, you can practice this in the key of G or any of the other keys that we've given you. There's 12 of them total that you could play this song in. So, but we're going to be in the key of C. I'm going to try to call the numbers as we go. If you're on level 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, completely ignore what I'm about to say out loud and just try to play your version. Don't worry about any of the notes that you miss. Get the ones that you can. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 7, 6, 2, 1, 1, 7, 1, 7, 6, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, flat 7, flat 6. 1, 1, 7, 1, 7, 6. 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 7, 6, 5. 3, 3, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 6. 4, flat 6, 1, 2, flat 3, 2, flat 7, flat 6. 1, 2, 7, 1, 6, 7, sharp 5. 1, 2, 7, 1, 6, 7, sharp 5. 5, 6, 1, 5, 4. Woo, we're almost done. 3, 2, 1, 6, flat 6, 2, 3, 2, 1. Friends, I think we did it. Yeah, that was a whole lot. But I think we did all the numbers, we did all of the chords. There were a lot of requests for this song, so we went ahead and did it. But like I said, if this is your first time ever playing a song, don't worry about getting all of these notes down with the track in the next week or two. That's just unreasonable. This is for players who've been playing for a long time, or for new beginners who just want to learn just the last line, that'd be cool, or just the first line, that'd be cool. You could just learn one tiny little bit of it and still impress your friends. Next time, we're doing an entirely new song. It will not be Christmas anymore. It won't even be this year anymore. So let us know what songs you're wanting to do next. And until next time, go explore, mess up, have fun, rock on. See ya.
Hey, great, you're still here, so you must want more. Well, I've got 4 things for you: archives, practice tips, points, and jokes. First of all, if you didn't like this week's song, I'm sorry, and you can always go to learnpianolive.com/next song and vote for what our next song should be. And right now, you can go to the Kids Lesson Archives and just pick a different song and work on that this week. Now, you probably don't have the whole song down yet, so what you can do is, this helps a lot of people, just next time, pretend that you're the in-studio student and that in level 3 and level 5, we're gonna be checking in with you, and you've gotta play at least some of the songs. I find that my students that come in and they're the in-studio students, they actually learn the songs way faster than they learn their regular songs I give them in their regular lessons. So if you just pretend that you're the in-studio student and that someone's gonna be watching you, then that might help a lot. Also, you have the practice log that you can send in for extra points, and that can help you practice. And there's the daily challenge where you get extra points for logging your practice time there as well. Just click on daily challenge and it will play a video that doesn't have any sound really. You just practice, and then every now and then you'll hear a sound like this.
The number 7.
And then once you collect all of the letters and numbers, then you just put them in and you submit that, and you get points for doing that, and you get better because in between all those letters and numbers, you're practicing your song from the week. Of course, once you know the song, then definitely record yourself on your mom's cell phone or on your tablet or on whatever, and use the video submission button, and so you can send us your video that way and get points for that as well. You might even become the featured video for the week. All right, so let's move on to points. Here's the different ways you can get points. You can get up to 50 points just for participating in the chat in the live lesson. You get 300 points on top of that if you are the person in the chat room that week who makes the most helpful comments during the chat. That daily music challenge thing that I told you about, every day when you click on that and you submit the secret code, 150 points just for doing that. Every song comes with a practice log, and if you fill that out and have your parents sign it and you send that in, that's worth 300 points right there. Each week on Facebook and in the email that we send you, we give you a new weekly activity. It's just a fun little maze or puzzle or something to do. Doesn't really have much to do with music, but it does have something to do with that week's song, and it has something to do with getting you 150 points. Then if you click on survey at the end of the lesson and you fill that out and give us some feedback about the song, then we've given out up to 500 points before for great comments and feedback in the survey. Of course, submit your videos of you playing. Almost every video that gets submitted earns at least 200 points, even if it's not perfect. I guess work on it a little bit, but I'm just saying it doesn't have to be perfect. Here's another one. Every single month at learnpianolive.com/contest, we have a contest and usually give out at least 400 points, and oftentimes there are other gift cards and other prizes included in that contest. Okay, now we're getting into some big numbers. If you ever go to a concert that is classical music or it's classic jazz, which means like swing and bebop and stuff like that, you can ask your parents if it's a classic jazz concert. Then you get 500 points just by having your parents let us know what concert you attended. Now I keep asking you to send us your videos, and almost always you get points right up front for submitting those videos. Don't forget to put the legal disclaimer on your video. You have to say at the beginning, this is for use at kidslearnpianolive.com. But here's an additional way to pick up 750 points. If later on, a month down the road, a year down the road, 5 years down the road, if one of the videos that you submit to us ever gets 1,000 views, send us the link to your video. We will give you 750 points. Okay, but is there anything that I could do that's worth thousands of points? Yes, there is. If you're in Klopple Academy, every time you go from level 1 to level 2, or level 2 to level 3, every single time you level up, you get 3,000 points. And that's not even the biggest one. You get 5,000 points every single time someone signs up for kidslearnpianolive.com and they say that you are the one who sent them here. Okay, last thing before I say goodbye, for real. I told you that I would tell you my favorite joke, and here it is. A butcher backs up into his meat grinder and gets a little behind in his work. Gets a little behind in his work because he's a butcher. It's funny. Trust me. It's awesome. If you didn't think it was funny, that's fine. But go to learnpianolive.com/jokes and you can see some of our students' favorite jokes and you can submit your own. I think that's finally it. I will see you in another live lesson. Love ya. Good luck. Have fun.